Hey everybody, welcome to Slurv. I'm Steve with some cash game cornerstones for today. It's Friday, August 12th, and we got a big slate here. I'm just going to do my best to be quick about this. Being quick is not my strong suit. And then just remember, for any more details on these plays, you can come read the rundown at Slurv a little bit later on. Have it all written out with updates, plus more of the details on these guys. So, without any further ado, at catcher, I got to watch on this game because of weather, but I like LaCroix against Anibal Sanchez, but really only on FanDuel. 3.8 there, 5.1 on DK is just way too much for me to spend on a cash game catcher. There, I would prefer going with perhaps Russell Martin, although Musgrove is a little bit of an imposing target, but very small sample size, so it's hard to know too much. But he's only 3.2 on DK, 2.7 on FanDuel, pretty nice price. And then whoever the Red Sox catcher is, which may not sound like a ringing endorsement of a player, but Sandy León has been pretty darn good. I don't know if it'll be him or not. One site I've looked at has him projected. The other site has Brian Holiday projected. I don't really care which one. I guess León's a little bit is better, but he's more expensive. So I expect anywhere between 3 and 3.5K on DK, 2 and 3K on FanDuel for the Red Sox catcher against Patrick Corbin, who's just not very good at all, especially against people hitting from the right side of the plate, which both would be. For a slate with this many good first basemen playing, it's pretty hard to find one I actually want to play in my fantasy lineup. But on DraftKings, I'm a big fan of Chris Davis against Matt Cain. Matt Cain doesn't miss too many bats, and that's really Davis's main weakness is his strikeouts. So even in the negative ballpark shift, I still like his chances to pay off his salary. It's only 3.9 on DK, a little bit less attractive, 3.7 on FanDuel. Especially because they have Mike Napoli priced way down. He's only 3.8 there. He's 5K on DK against Skaggs. It's kind of a similar situation to Bailey in that Skaggs is shown great upside and great downside as a pitcher. So on FanDuel for 3.8, I think I'm ready to take that with how hot the Indians and Mike Napoli in particular have been. On DK, if I'm going to not go with Davis, then I'm going to go with Edwin Encarnacion, only 4.1 there, also 4.1 on FanDuel, so not as attractive a price. Again, against Musgrove, which is a mixed bag. Don't know exactly what you're going to get. I think Crush is probably my top pick there. All right, so second base, they're making it complicated for me. The two guys I like best on FanDuel are Devin Travis and Ryan Schimpf. Travis has just been on a tear. Again, the whole Musgrove thing, but if he's bad against anybody, it's definitely right-handers. Huge strikeout percentage and huge hard contact percentage. They're both likely to go down. I just don't know which one is more real, if that makes sense. But on FanDuel, Travis is only 3.1. I'm probably willing to take the risk at that. His price has actually come up to 3.1, which is interesting with as hot as he's been. DK 4.4. I don't mind it, but I don't love it either. Schimpf, similar situation, 2.9 on FanDuel, 3.9 on DK. He, however, gets Logan Verrett, who is replacement level at best kind of guy. Then on DK, I really like Trey Turner, who's a shortstop on FanDuel, and thus doesn't apply against Folty. He's only 3.9 on DK. He's been doing amazing things. And then I think Scooter is really underpriced. Scooter Gennett against Bailey, who really struggles with left-handed batters. He's only 3.3 on DK, usually up there batting second or fourth against right-handers. He's also 3.3 on FanDuel, so not as nicely priced there. So it's apparently A-Rod's last game today, unless the Marlins pick him up or something, which I hope they don't, but whatever. It's going to be regarded as A-Rod's last game today, certainly his last game as a Yankee. And he gets Archer, which is not the greatest of matchups, but I expect him to be really popular. On FanDuel, he's only $696. Not a price mistake this time, but a perhaps trolling allusion to his home run total, just 4 short of 700, which was kind of a magic number in his contract, I think. So FanDuel being a little cheeky there, but that should only increase his ownership, so he's basically a lock-in right there. DK, he's 2.6, so he's still really cheap. He's batting third, I think, so I expect him to be in my lineup. As much as I also like Evan Longoria against Sabathia, same game, other side of the field. 4.5 on DK and 3.8 on FanDuel, but I mean, FanDuel, just don't even worry about it. Plug him in for 696 and move on. DK 2.6 is still really cheap and in definite consideration. At shortstop, DK in particular has Lindor priced way too far down at 4.1. Like I said, Skaggs is a bit of a mystery still, but a lot of talent there. So definitely not the ideal matchup, but he's still a young pitcher, and we don't know too much, and young pitchers make mistakes. So 4.1 on DK is just too cheap. 3.7 on FanDuel is cheap also, but you can play Trey at shortstop there, Trey Turner. So I'd probably take him against Folty for 3.4 and take a little bit of savings there. If you're paying up on either site, it's Corey Seager for me against Ivan Nova. I don't love targeting Nova because he gets a lot of ground balls, but Seager does match up with him pretty nicely. 5.1 on DK and 3.9 on FanDuel. Just really expensive. I think I would go with one of the cheaper options, but if you're looking to pay up, that's the guy. So in the outfield, DK is basically giving away Mikey Matuk for free again against Sabathia. He's 2,500 there, also 2,500 on FanDuel, so pretty cheap if you need a punt there. Decent enough matchup. He's batting 5th. I'll take it. Josh Reddick is really underpriced on DK against Nova, in my opinion. I like him a lot better than Seager because he's only 3.4 on DK and a less attractive 3.2 on FanDuel, but still not bad, except that I would probably go David Dahl for 3.2. He's 4.2 on DK against Thompson, who's not a particularly good pitcher. This could be a really nice matchup for the Rockies, and they're priced way down on FanDuel. Love them, especially on FanDuel. Blackman is the next favorite that I have. 5.2 on DK, 3.8 on FanDuel. Just crazy good prices there. Then I also like some of the Mets, the left-handed Mets in particular. Really any of the left-handed Mets, but in specific Jay Bruce for 4.8 on DK and a much friendlier 3.8 on FanDuel. Or Curtis Granderson for a fairly friendly 4.2 on DK or 3.6 on FanDuel. That's it for the Cash Game Cornerstones. We're doing an expert chat like really soon, so you probably won't see this before the expert chat, but be there if you do. And come back and check out the rundown for some more detailed breakdown of these guys. Thanks. Good luck.